Welcome to another interesting episode of the Continental Kiddies Show, where we learn great things and have fun. As usual on the program, it's going to be fun all the way. So call your friends and loved ones and tell them it's time to have fun. So stay with us and we'll be right back.
Who invented that?
The saxophone. Its tune has dazzled the world in the hands of various musicians, and it is one of the most recognizable music instruments in the world. The saxophone is a wind instrument that consists of a conical tube made of thin brass that is flared at the tip to form a bell. The brass tube body of the saxophone is either straight or curved into a reverse S shape. The several intervals along the body has 20 to 30 holes of varying sizes, with coverings called pad cups, operated by the fingers. When wind is blown into the tube at one end, the holes create a variety of music tones when the pad cups are opened or closed by the player's fingers. It's so who invented this marvelous music maker. The saxophone was developed in 1846 by Adolphe Sax. He was a Belgian musician and music instrument maker. He was originally based in Brussels, Germany, but moved to Paris in 1842 to establish his musical instrument business. Before he created the saxophone, he had made several improvements to the bass, the clarinet, and had created another then popular music instrument called the ophicleide. His experience with these two instruments allowed him to develop the skills and technologies needed to make the first saxophones. He wanted an instrument that could be really loud and sound great at the same time. He created an instrument with a single reed mouthpiece like a clarinet, the conical brass body of an ophicleide, and some properties of both the horn and the clarinet. This instrument quickly became the most wanted music instrument. The instrument was named the saxophone after its creator. Even though it is one of the most expensive music instruments when it was first made, every musician wanted to have one and play it. There are different types of saxophones they use today, and they all make great music. Can you hear the sound now? That's a saxophone in the flow. Now you know. Bye-bye.
Isn't it time to invent something? It's up to you. Go create.
Now it's time for us to put paper and glue together. What are we making today? Let me see. No, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. So stick around.
Oh, hi there. Welcome to another exciting drawing time on the Continental Kiddies Show. My name is Guy and I love to draw. I draw everywhere and on anything except my clothes. Don't draw on your clothes, draw only on paper, okay? Now, it's always fun to draw with friends because drawing is just too much fun to do by yourself. You need to draw with friends. So today I'm drawing with two of my friends. And now, the two of them are drawing something interesting with him. We are drawing an owl sitting on a tree. Just a smart little bird sitting on a tree, right? Okay, now, let's get it on. You got your paper and pencils?
Yes.
And paper and pencils, you got it?
Yes.
Okay, now you two at home, grab your paper and pencils and let's draw. Now, I know it's always fun when you start to draw, right? You see that fine empty piece of paper and you're about to do something interesting on it. Now we need a bird and a tree, right? So why don't we start with the tree branch? So let's draw the tree branch. On the side of the paper, just draw a little wavy line, but don't let it get to the bottom of the line, just stop. And then let the line cover to the other side and continue going. Then stop again, don't finish it. Then another line below it, like that. That forms the branch of the tree and then it continues all the way to get the paper down that way, right? And then finish that branch off with leaves. Every branch of a tree needs leaves, right? So we draw the leaves, just little small circular motions like that, just wavy lines like that. But the wavy lines are inverted to show that the leaves coming out of the trees, not the other way around. So make them go out that way. Okay? So it looks like we have our tree branch, but no owl yet, okay? So let's put the owl on the tree. Starts with a triangle. The owl's head is a triangle. So we put the triangle somewhere in the middle of the branch, across, like that, on top. And at the two bottom part of the triangle, remember the triangle is upside down. That means the longer part is on top and the smaller parts are facing down. So below them, just clean up that end with little incomplete circles. That will form the eyes of the bird. Okay? Close that up a little bit with a line across, and then two black dots make the eye of the owl. Very interesting bird. Okay, now let's finish that. We need a circle to complete the head of the owl. So, starting from the edge of the triangle to the other side, draw a circle, right? And the owl needs its mouth and beak. What can we use to do that? I think a triangle will work better. So let's put a triangle down there, but this time facing down, like pointing downwards towards the tree branch. Okay, so we have that. Now the owl is just all head and no body, but we need a body for it. So we draw a circle, linking it to the branch, like an oval actually, not really a circle. It goes all the way down, and then complete it at the other end of the branch with a triangle. That will form the tail of the owl. You're almost there? You're following? Okay. Now, owl needs wings. We just complete two halves of the ovals with other ovals like that. 1 and 2. So we have the wings, but no feathers. We need to put feathers on the wings. Always use wavy lines. Wavy line goes this way on one side of the wing, and the other side, another set of wavy line, like that. Then link the wavy lines to the bottom part of the wing with lines like this. So we have an owl near a tree branch, but it's not really sitting on the branch because it has no legs yet. So we need to put its leg on the tree branch, right? Little ovals, just 3 ovals on both sides will form the legs. So you have oval 1, oval 2, and oval 3 on one side. Then on the other side of the legs, we have oval 1, oval 2, and oval 3. Okay, now let's make this a little bit more interesting. Our tree branch looks a little bit like plain. Okay, so we're going to create a little hole in that tree by putting a small oval on the side, like that. Okay, and finish that oval around by putting lines on the tree from top to bottom, but avoiding the little oval like that. Just go multiple lines on both sides, like that. Don't bother if the lines are not straight. They are not supposed to be straight. The tree is never really straight, so it's okay. Now you can shade into the hole if you want. Just darken it a little bit. That will help us create that indentation in the wood so we know that the tree has a hole in it. Now, do we have our owl sitting on the tree? What do you think? Is that owl sitting on a tree branch? Yes, it is. What about yours? I'm sure your drawing is better than this. Come on, don't be nice about it. I know your drawing is better than this. Okay? And then if you want to get better, you know there's only one thing you need to do. You have to keep practicing. Practice, 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 draw, draw, draw. And then we'll see you next time.
It's nice to see you. Welcome to another captivating edition of the Spell It segment on the Continental Kiddies show. As always, we've got 2 contestants in the studio, and they are Bolari Emisioluwa. Bolari is from Triple Cross School. She's 9 years old and she likes reading and sweeping. And Damola Harris. Damola is from First Ages. He's 9 years old and he likes swimming. As always, these children have no knowledge of the words I'm going to ask them to spell. So I'm going to begin with you. Bolari. Bolari, your first word is first.
First.
That's correct. Damola, your word is brown.
Brown.
That's correct. Bolari, your word is jacket. Jacket.
Jacket.
That's correct. Damola, your word is a building where people pay to stay and eat meals. The word is pronounced as hotel.
Hotel.
That's correct. Bolari, your word was first used in 1528. It's a day or period of celebration, typically for religious reasons. The word is festival.
Festivals.
Do you think that's the correct spelling of festival, Bolari? You know what? You're absolutely correct. Damola, your word is absence. It means when you're not in a place where people expect you to be or the time that you are away. The word again is absence.
Absent.
Spell again.
Absent.
NC?
T.
NT. Listen again. When you're not in a place where people expect you to be or the time that you are away. Absence.
ABSECT.
You spelled absence. I am looking for absence.
ABSENTS.
Okay, let's have Bolari, try absence.
ABSENCE.
That's correct. That's absence. Bolari, your word was first used by a man called Edward Cave. It means a large, thin book with a paper cover that contains news stories, articles, photographs, etc. The word is magazine.
MAGAZINE.
That's correct. Damola, the first time your word was used was in the 15th century. The word is a plant that is eaten raw or cooked, e.g. a cabbage, a carrot, or peas. The word is vegetable.
VEGETABLE.
That's correct. Now, it's going to be for your convenience to know that we've come to the final phase of this encounter. And your word is going to be, Bolari, playwright. A playwright is a person who writes plays. Playwright.
PLAYWRITE.
Sorry, that's not correct, Bolari. Damola, playwright.
PLAYWRITES.
That's not correct. Playwright is PLAYWRIGHT. Playwright. Damola, your word is conscience. The part of your mind that tells you whether what you're doing is morally right or wrong. Conscience.
CONSCIOUSNS.
That's not correct. Okay. Bolari, spell the word conscience.
CONSCIENCE.
Conscience is CONSCIENCE. conscience. Welcome back. After a thoroughgoing evaluation of the figures, I'm absolutely delighted to inform you that Damola Harris from First Ages got a grand total of 15 points, while Bolanre Emisiola got 22 points. So the clear winner is Bolanre Emisiola. Bolanre, that's a gift. And there's a gift. So both of you would have to shake hands now in the spirit of sportsmanship. Go on. Very good. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Yes, so consider yourself heartily thanked for watching this episode. We look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
Hello, you're welcome to another interesting episode of Story Time on Continental Kiddies Show with the Big Daddy. Hello, children.
Hello, Big Daddy.
Hello, beautiful, lovely children.
Hello, Big Daddy.
Fantastic, lovely as usual. Okay, now, today, we shall continue with the rest of the story that we started last week. Now, who can remind us of the title again? The title. The title. You.
The beautiful maiden.
Joker, the beautiful maiden. That's the title. Let's clap for her. Clap for her. Fantastic. Yes. Joker, the beautiful maiden. Now, this is the continuation of that story. Now, Joker, the beautiful maiden. Do you remember that Akin was humiliated and he could not go straight home? You remember?
Yes.
Who humiliated Akin? Who humiliated Akin? You, who humiliated Akin? Joker, the beautiful maiden. Let's clap for her. Clap for her. Yes. Akin could not go straight home because he was so ashamed. And he had to go and hide under the tree until it was night. You know, when it is night, it will be dark. So that way, you can sneak out. So when it was night, he did what? He now sneaked to his house. When he got home, he saw his friends. Oh, he was crying. And he told them, if you know what my eyes saw today, you will pity my life. They said, tell us what the problem. And he told them what Joker did to him, how Joker poured water on him, how Joker tied him to the tree, how she insulted him so badly. Anyway, they looked at him and said, well, that is your own portion of problem. We told you that, there are so many other ladies. So why are you so crazy about this Joker? Because she's beautiful, big deal. Akin, it was not only because he was humiliated, because he was tied to the tree. It was not only because Joker poured water on him. He was crying because Joker, the beautiful maiden, had gone to marry a handsome, rich man whose name was Ola. Ola paid Joker's parents, the bride price. And both of them lived happily until something happened. Guess what happened? Ola discovered that Joker, when Ola made his investigation, he discovered that Joker had lived a very bad life. Joker was wayward. Joker was a liar. Joker was naughty. Joker was dirty. Joker was an undisciplined person. And Ola, being a rich man, handsome man, you know, these rich people, some of them, they don't like dirty people, liars, you know, wayward people who be sleeping around with men and pretending as if they are doing, because she was a beautiful lady, she was just messing herself around. Ola didn't like it at all. You know what Ola did? Ola beat the hell out of her. Oh my God, this Ola. If you saw the beating, you will get out of my house today. I will kill you today. Joke was crying and nobody could rescue her. You know what she now did? She ran out of the house. Yes, and Ola pushed her. Don't come to my house again. You this filthy nonsense girl. Don't come to my house again. And she went to hide in the bush. When she found herself hiding in the bush, she was crying. And some of the suitors, you know, some of those who had wanted her to marry them, including Akin and the rest of the young men in the village, saw her crying. Oh, they started to tell one another, hey, come on. We saw Joke in the bush. Come and see. She was crying. And she's not even looking beautiful anymore. She's looking frustrated now. Oh, everybody now, they gathered and they went to look at her. Oh! She could not go home. She stayed in the bush for so many days. And some hunters who came to the bush saw her there crying. And they were wondering, why were you crying? Look at this beautiful girl. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? And then she narrated her story to the hunters. When the hunters heard her, they said, is that why? You know, and at a point, Joke wanted to commit suicide. Who knows what suicide is? Suicide is when you do what?
Crime.
Crime, yes. No, not crime like that, yes.
When you want to kill yourself.
When you want to kill yourself, that's suicide. That's what Joke wanted to do. To commit what? Suicide. Is it good to take your own life? It's not good. And when the hunters saw her, you want to commit suicide? Don't do that. Don't. Please don't. They now took Joke straight to the palace, the king's palace. You know, in the good olden days, it was the king that was settling quarrels and problems. They took her there. And the king said, yes, what's the problem? She narrated her story. And the king said, is that all? That's why you want to kill yourself? You want to kill yourself? Don't try it. But let me warn you. Because someone is beautiful does not mean that you should be arrogant. Because someone is beautiful does not mean that you should be rude. Because someone is beautiful does not mean that you should be disrespectful. Because someone is beautiful does not mean that you should not have understanding and of people and listen to them. Right?
Yes.
And the king advised her. That's how the story ended there. Children, now who can now tell me why was it that Joke wanted to commit suicide? Biggie, tell me.
Because she had been very abnormal.
Yes, because she had been so arrogant. She had thought that she was the most important person, and she feels that at that point in time there was nothing more for her, and she became frustrated. She wanted to commit suicide. Now tell me some other thing, children. Why did the king, okay, now who can tell me all the things that the king told her to do so that she will be a better person? Yes. What were the things that the king told Joke? Prof, I'm coming here. You have not said anything. Can you say yes? Can you remind me one or two things that the king advised Joke to do so she will be a better person? Yes.
She should not be arrogant.
She should not be arrogant. One.
She should be a nicer person.
She should be a nice person. Yes, Prof.
She should understand what somebody is saying.
She should try and understand people. And then what?
She should try to listen to people.
She should try to listen to people. Yes.
She should not be rude.
She should not be rude. Yes.
Because she was beautiful.
She was beautiful and she thought that she was on top of the world, and the king told her, in spite of your beauty, you should still have respect for other people. Even if you don't want to marry them, there is a way that you tell them in a nice way. Let's put our hands together for ourselves, children. Wonderful children. And those children, mummies and daddies that are watching us at home, this is how we do it. Until next week, when we come your way, we shall bring you another interesting episode of Story Time on Continental Kiddie Show with the big Daddy. Story, story, get up, story, let us dance, story, get up.
Who invented that? Ballpoint pen. It doesn't matter what you do with it. You can draw, color, or write. The ballpoint pens are important to a lot of what we do, whether in school or at home or in the office. Ballpoint pens are always in demand, but they weren't always around. Before the ballpoint pen, people used other things to write. They used the quills, the bird feathers, specially cut and dipped in ink. There was the dip pens, made of bamboo sticks, sharpened and cut, then dipped in ink. And fountain pens. All these were large, difficult to work with. They smeared on the paper when being used, and often leaked when in use. They were very messy indeed. So, who invented the ballpoint pen we use today? The first registration for ballpoint pen idea was issued on 30th October 1888. The idea had a small rotating steel ball at the end of a tube filled with ink and held in place by a socket. Even though it was a good idea, it was never made, and the ones that were made were almost as messy as the fountain pens, and they often clogged up with ink, making them hard to use. Nobody knew how to get the ink to flow all the time without clogging up the steel bowl at the tip of the pen. And it was frustrating. That was until 1938, when Laszlo Biro, a Hungarian newspaper editor, got frustrated by the amount of time that he wasted filling up fountain pens and cleaning up smudged pages, and decided to do something about it. He noticed that inks used in newspaper printing dried quickly, leaving the paper dry and smudge-free. So, he decided to create a pen using the same type of ink. Biro enlisted the help of his brother, Georgi, a chemist, to develop the ink formula for a new ballpoint design. His innovation created the perfect blend of ink with a perfect ball socket mechanism that prevents ink from drying inside the ink tube when the pen is used. The ballpoint pen design created by Laszlo Biro is still in use in every ballpoint pen today. That's why in several countries around the world, the ballpoint pen is still called a biro.
Isn't it time to invent something? It's up to you. Go create.
Wow, children, it's time for me to say my goodbyes. And you know what? I don't always like to do this, but I just have to go. Don't worry, the Continental Kiddies Show will return same time, same station next week. I am Auntie Tolu. Bye-bye.
Hey, hey,